So, yes, I have notes. Um, so today I'm going to talk about after schools because of you, the Japanese version. So I have 5 points and obviously conclusion. So point number one, it's a rearrangement, and the translation of the original Korean version released in 2009. So Um, yeah. Usually rearrangements either are a lot better than the original version, are a lot worse than the original version, or are exactly the same. For example, SNSD The Boys, it's exactly the same in English, Japanese, or Korean. Whatever you listen to has exactly the same um, arrangement, delivery, mainly because it was recorded and released in the same year. But after school's bang, if you remember, was rather drastic rearrangement. A lot of things changed um, from the original version, but I like both versions. Um, this Japanese version, not so much. Why? So second point is Um, Japanese naturally a lot smoother than Korean as a language. So so obviously the melody gets a lot smoother too. This is either a good thing or a bad thing. But the thing is that because it is naturally a smooth song, and what gives it flair or kick, so to say, is basically the fact that the melody and there are certain parts of the song that are really strong and and have lots of punch. And one of those was the fact that it was in Korean. The melody, even if it was smooth and gentle and nice, um, in Korean it sounded very snappy, and in Japanese it's just flowy, not snappy. Um, so actually, also third point is that the arrangement is a lot less intense. The instruments sound much more rounded, and the delivery is a lot more gentle. The rap part, obviously, the rap part. Um, I like the Korean rap part. It's one of the few rap parts I actually like, mainly because I don't really know anything about rap, but I liked it because it contrasted the smooth elements very well. And it gave the song character. But then so we get this arrangement and it's boring. I mean, yeah, it's gentle, yeah, it's smooth, but that's all it is. It's one straight line of gentle and smooth. Unlike the Korean version, which was had gentle verses, and then we had this really nice and punchy rap part, and then the chorus just explodes. This one is kind of too gentle, too smooth, that it becomes anticlimactic in the process. But this isn't an entirely epic fail, because the piano line and the string section were retained. If they weren't, I'd be racing hell right now, as if I'm not already. But yeah, um, it's good that they retained it because obviously the piano line and the string section were kind of pseudo hooks. You really remember the piano line at the beginning because it's short and it's familiar but it's new-ish. You get it? Yeah. But but the reason why I still really like the Korean version is because, like I said, it managed to find a balance between the graceful, the gentle piano hook, and the strings, and also the really crisp percussion, the loops, and the strong vocals. Now I know after school have kind of moved away from that sound. But you know, I really really like that part of them. And because of you and Bang are the two reasons why I keep giving After School a chance. I keep giving them chances, but they always disappoint me. And I don't hear the punch anymore. It's bland. It's boring. It's anticlimactic. I mean, yeah, it's a really, 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 really pretty song. I mean, melody's still gorgeous. And if you like really soft, gentle songs, it's nice. But if you heard the Korean version before this, it sound like I said, it sounds really bland. So the conclusion is actually wrote them all down. Let me just read it out. The Japanese version of Because of You is smooth, yes. And Japanese as a language is naturally gentle, yes. And you can't really do anything about it. But this version completely misses the point of the entire song, which is grace and punch and attitude and gentleness. What we get is a bland arrangement with very little conviction. I mean, yeah, it's still a pretty song, but it lacks kick. And personally, I don't really look for that much kick. I mean, I love gorgeous ballads, but even those have conviction and kick. This one has really almost none. Um, yeah, it lacks kick, which the Korean version had a lot of, but but still managed to do it with grace. It's like so basically what they did with the Japanese version is they made it too graceful. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being graceful, but if you have too much of it, you get bland. And the Korean version was very crisp. This one isn't. Okay, do I like it? Yeah, I still kind of like it. Yeah, because I like it for the melody. But if I were to choose, I'd listen to the Korean version over this one. Will it be a hit? I'm not too sure.